Well, we did it. Joey and I actually rode our kiteboards from Key Largo to Key West, which was a 138-mile journey that took us 9 hours and 2 days to complete. And we couldn't have done it without all of your support. To those of you who helped with the fundraiser campaign, shared this event, and to those of you who helped us the day of, we really appreciate what you did for us. We are incredibly humbled by all of your actions, and this video really goes to show the power of hello. How just two random guys who were once strangers became friends, and now we're doing some pretty cool stuff. So that's what this video is about, and the journeys along the way. So enjoy, and if you'd like to be a part of this event next year, the link is below. We'd love to see you there. Enjoy the video. Throughout our lifetime, we are presented with many opportunities to build friendships that help dictate the outcome of our story. You know, a friendship is so powerful that it can shape who we are, build character, and give us the chance to become a greater person. But the thing is, we have to accept it. And that is what this story is about. It's about how a simple hello amongst two strangers has evolved into a deep friendship, who together decided to make a positive change in the world. Here's a video on the first day I met Joey. My interaction with him was in the summer of 2018 at the Hood River Kiteboarding event site in Oregon, when he came up and asked me if it was okay to put his gear next to mine. Without any hesitation, I said sure, and since then, our friendship has just worked. Fast forward to December 5th, 2020, we're talking about doing something we never imagined we'd do. Kiteboard from Key Largo to Key West. You see, when we first discussed this idea, it was nothing more than just two dudes riding down the Florida Keys. It was definitely a testament of our endurance and athleticism, but we knew we could pull it off. But to take it a step further, we wanted a greater challenge. Therefore, we tied it in with mental health awareness and raised money for a local nonprofit. We both have a soft spot for mental health, and we knew that this would be a great way to get people involved in conversation and bring awareness to this important topic. But we had no idea that the number of people involved would be in the hundreds and even thousands. Days after we launched the fundraising campaign, people started to take notice, and we even got a spot in the local newspaper. Check that out. So, after 3 weeks of planning, the day had finally come. New Year's Day, 2021. At 4:30 in the morning, after getting only 2 hours of sleep because of the gig I had the night before, it was time to make it happen.
Good morning!
Good morning!
Meet Christina, our good friend who decided to volunteer her time and be our support van the entire length of the way.
Are you ready?
Pretty much. We're just gonna make a cup of coffee. You want some coffee?
Yeah.
I want the latte. All right. So
Absolutely.
Applewood and mesquite. Wyatt and Jake, thank you so much for making me this coffee cup when you were like really little. It's cute. It's my favorite cup. And I'm going to add this to the movie so that when you watch it, you know that Uncle Scotty, says that this is my favorite cup.
yeah.
I love you both.
Cheers.
After coffee, we packed Christina's van full of kiting gear, stopped for provisions, making perfect timing to the 7-mile bridge and marathon to watch the sun rise. 2021 was really off to a great start. After traveling a couple hours up the Keys from Key West, bellies full of Beyond Burgers and pizza, we were finally at our launch spot, Key Largo, a spot that isn't usually open to kiters. But after a call to the property owner explaining to him our mission, He was happy to help and gave us the only location we were able to find that had somewhat of a launch spot for our kites. Go. Joey, are you ready? All right, here we go. We're doing this. We'll catch you on the GoPro. See y'all. The weather forecast showed that we had exactly 2 days of wind to pull this off, so we knew we had to start booking it. Joey, I love you bunches, dude. Every trip that we've ever done together is nothing but incredible. And as long as the wind holds up, we are kiteboarding. All right, so we're off. We have left our starting point and now it's time to cruise. Love you, man. Love you, bunches. And so for the next couple of hours, we just cruised and we had an awesome time doing it. I mean, the wind was exactly where it needed to be. Our mental game was strong and everything was just absolutely perfect. The time was roughly 3 p.m. and after 4 hours of straight kiting, we decided to take a break at Coco Plum Beach in Marathon, possibly the area we'd camp out at for the night. Out of all the spots we could have landed our kites, we were fortunate enough to put them down next to a super cool group of kiters who fed us some fruit as we rested. Came down from 104.
104? Oh,
Yeah.
mile marker 104?
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
we're doing Key Largo to Key West.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Today?
We thought about it, but we thought about just chilling out and having a good time. I'm Scott. Charlie, nice to meet you. Cool. So at this point, I should mention that I was super tired. I mean, we had been riding for 4 hours straight. And 30 minutes into our break, Joey realized that tomorrow's forecast wasn't going to be very good. So we had to hurry up and book it and try to cover as much ground as possible. But I did a really good job of slowing us down. Well, I just flew my kite into the bushes like an absolute bonehead. Yep, I pulled a bonehead move and dumped my kite onto some super pointy and dried out mangroves that should have destroyed my kite and ended this trip. But that's when my new buddy Charlie jumped to the rescue, sacrificing his feet and landing in a bed of sand spurs. His friends followed suit, and within 10 minutes, I was back in the water, kite unscathed. How I pulled that off, I have no idea. And then, not too long after, I pulled another bonehead move that sent us 30 minutes in the wrong direction. But then finally, we crossed over the 7-mile bridge, made it past Bahia Honda, and then just by coincidence, at sunset, we landed on a millionaire's resort called Little Palm Island. Now we needed to get a ride, a boat ride, back to the mainland. Yeah, we can stop at that beach and get a boat ride home. All right? It was Little Palm Island's water sports director, Rolando, who was happy to give us a ride back, and it just so happened that he had finished his shift and needed to get back as well. Literally got a ride from a super kind guy, Rolando, who knows all the people that I used to work with when I used to DJ parties at Little Palm Island. How cool is that? I feel like this day just went so perfectly. And that was the end of day one. 96 miles in 6 hours, and we were exhausted. Oh man, we're a hell of a team. 1, 2, 3, boom!
Totally badass.
We are good.
Oh man, I'm gonna sleep well tonight. 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
I'm maybe on 2 minutes.
Due to the wind and the lateness of our starting our day on day 2 to go from what was supposed to be Big Pine to Key West, we actually are starting from Key West and then making our way up to Big Pine. And we're putting in at Smathers, and then we're just going to go all the way up somewhere in Big Pine and then just drop our kites there and call it good. Wind speed today is like, geez, maybe 15 to 16. It's barely enough, but it keep going. But like I said, we're gonna make it work. I'm flying my 15, Joey's flying his 11 again, and we'll see what happens. So we'll catch you back on the beach. So now, Big Pine it is. See how we do. I'm doing the best I can, bud. So what we were dealing with this entire time was that this storm was just ahead of us, and that was the only thing that was giving us wind. I was exhausted. My upwind skills were not good at all. We barely had enough wind this entire time. Right about now, the forecast had shown that it was going to drop to like 9 miles an hour. It's gusting to 16, 17. And we've gotten some pretty light, like this has happened probably about 4 or 5 times already. Bada bing, bada boom. And just like that, we completed our journey. Though because the wind wasn't really in our favor, we couldn't make it to Big Pine. So instead, I landed on Picnic Island, which is right next to Little Palm Island, and had kind of a hard time getting this kite landed. No? Joey, I don't know where he went. Anybody here know how to land a kite? No, I'm not using the island. You know how to land a kite? Oh, right on. Yeah! Yeah! What's your name, by the way? JT. Scott. Pleasure. Thanks, man. So Rockstar JT helped me land my kite, and I ended up finding a ride with my new friends Stephanie and Tim, who brought me back to Kiki's Sandbar, and at this point I still didn't know where Joey went. So instead, I just hung out with the family and waited until Joey eventually showed up. You see, I had no way of contacting Joey because my phone ended up locking itself about 15 minutes into the journey. I used Stephanie and Tim's phone to contact pretty much anybody I could through Facebook and Instagram. In about an hour, Joey finally picks me up. But the bummer is, because my phone was locked, my GoPro's battery ended up dying, and the other camera that I had shooting, I ended up destroying all that footage. Where did all the files go? I have nothing else to show you, but I was able to recover one file, and it happens to be the thing that I'm most proud of. Yes, the trip was absolutely incredible, and I cannot believe we pulled it off. But to see people come together from all over the country and raise money for mental health really goes to show how important this topic is right now. And the strangers we met along the way who helped us complete this trip, look at how awesome the world really is. I made this a Once a Stranger episode because it really demonstrates the power of a single hello and what two normal people can accomplish when they seek discomfort. Because a friendship is so powerful that it can help shape who we are, build character, and give us the chance to become a greater person. All we have to do is accept it. Thanks for watching. Key Largo to Key West. Miami.
do